So, I've been pretty sick the last couple days. I learned a really important lesson. If you don't know how long something's been in your refrigerator, don't eat it. Had me some explosive diarrhea. Now, I know that seems like too much info, but it's just a segue for me to tell you that I'm going to do a MrRepzion video. He takes the oh-so-courageous popular opinion, and I, just to be an ass, will take the less popular opinion. Let's see how the whole thing goes.
So you're going to have to deal with my lack of incoherent thoughts and points that I'm going to try to make in this video because it's 1:30 in the morning and I got back from an 8-hour shift from work, so I'm a bit tired. Nonetheless, I couldn't stop thinking about this story. I told a few people who sent me emails asking me to make a video on this. I told them I wasn't going to because I didn't have anything to offer up substance because I've already covered videos about bullying on my channel. But I thought about this more, and then when I stumbled across a Reddit page about the story and some posts that I saw from people on the story, I feel inclined to make this because I need to address something which really pissed me off. In fact, I was so pissed off by the stuff I was reading that at work I was literally just, my work I was doing, I was literally squeezing it as tight as I possibly could because of how mad I was getting just by...
Where is it you work? A sperm bank? Waka waka waka.
...by thinking about this. So for those of you who haven't heard the story, the link's down below in the description. You can watch the video of a girl by the name of Amanda Todd. Amanda Todd is right here. This is what she looks like. Is a girl who trusted a guy who she thought liked her.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is a really old video that he did about a really old topic. But you've probably figured that out by now. Don't even know why I said anything. Keep going.
And I've made videos on the topic of body image where I've talked about girls wanting guys to approve them for their body, and that guy then takes advantage of the girl. This is one of those scenarios. This guy takes advantage of this girl, who this girl wants approval, and in doing so, the guy gets the girl to trust him and asks for nudes or pictures of her breasts, in which case this girl made the mistake of giving her photos to this guy of her breasts, in which he blackmailed her and spread all of the images around the school, and it got so bad to the point that the police were actually involved with this bullying case of, you know, the classic bullying scheme of things. Images go everywhere on Facebook, and it got to the point, and I even searched it up, I saw it, and it just disgusted me even more, is that there's a Facebook page dedicated to her, the photo that was released. I mean, this is real type of bullying that exists, and I'm not going to sit here and talk to you why bullying shouldn't happen. I think my audience is smart enough to know that bullying, I believe, is wrong. That said, though, I'm not making this video to talk about bullying. I'm making this video to call out the scum, I don't even know what to call you, the disgusting pricks who think that somehow this suicide was deserved. I don't even know where to begin with this. I'm not a professional in terms of understanding depression, but I have clinical depression.
You know, it really annoys me when people say clinical depression, like I have clinical depression, like as opposed to what other kind of depression? Like it was clinically diagnosed? Well, it's not like they do blood tests for this shit. It's not like you can get a PET scan and be determined to be depressed clinically. You go into the doctor and you're like, I feel depressed, doc. And he's like, well, that's clinical depression. Just say depression. Don't try to legitimize your depression with the word clinical, I guess is what I'm saying.
I used to take medication for it. I know what depression does, and I know I've been suicidal. I attempted it twice in my own life. One when I was caught, the second I passed out and nearly died. And that was due to a bunch of events happening in my life, stacking up and getting so much pain in 1 year that I couldn't take it anymore, and it drove me to the point where I actually attempted suicide by overdosing.
Attempt is another word for fail. Also, isn't overdosing generally something that women do to kill themselves? I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of you here, but I mean, men usually like shoot themselves or like slit their wrists or whatever, but overdosing is totally a girly way to go. And also, it's not terribly effective, but I mean, you know that.
But I don't want to focus on myself. My point is, I understand depression. I really can relate to people with depression, and I know it takes a lot of strength to commit suicide.
Well, it does take initiative, decisiveness, etc. to kill yourself, sure. But should we go around glamorizing suicide by saying how it takes strength? Don't get me wrong, I personally don't care, but I just thought you should know, MrRepzion, that you might have some deaths on your conscience. Yeah.
Let me tell you that. You can sit there on the other screen and people will judge you because you're depressed or you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, but so many people don't understand people who are struggling with depression or suicide. It's completely overlooked by so many people, and they're judged as weird or being bizarre or whatever, when in reality you have no idea how depression works on people.
Oh, I do. I mean, it may not be clinical depression, because instead of taking Prozac, I smoke weed and kill drifters, that, yeah, I understand depression.
This girl became extremely depressed from all the bullying, and when she committed suicide, there's been people going all around saying that this is deserved, that this girl made a mistake, which I agree, she made a mistake by trusting this guy. But what's just so disgusting is that the people keep saying that if she hadn't have made that mistake, she would not have killed herself.
It just seems like they're stating the cause of the chain of events that led to her death. Like, why did Amanda Todd kill herself? Why? She was in a state of extreme emotional distress. Why was she in a state of extreme emotional distress? Well, it was because she was being bullied. Why was she being bullied? Well, she gave this dude her pictures, and he started spreading them around. And what, cause? She made a mistake, series of events, then she died. I mean, how can you disagree with that?
In other words, her committing suicide is her fault.
Not to be pedantic and obvious, but anybody's suicide by definition is their fault, or at the very least, their responsibility. That's what suicide is. It's not like she was homicided.
And I sit back and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Every person who's been watching this video has made some mistake in their life. And just because you make a mistake, and this was a bad mistake on her part, but that in no way says that she deserves to die, or she deserves to kill herself because of that mistake.
Well, here's the problem, MrRepzion. Here in grown-up land, we realize that the consequences from actions can be all out of proportion to the actions themselves. Let me describe what I mean. You might get in your car and forget to put your seatbelt on, and then get into a crash, and instead of living, you die. Now, you, MrRepzion, with your, religious and childish version of reality where deserve is a meaningful concept, you'd be like, you think just because you didn't put on your seatbelt that you deserve to die? Where in grown-up land we say, well, shit, sometimes the consequences of action are just ridiculously out of proportion with the actions themselves. If you don't put on your seatbelt, sometimes that'll cause you to die, and deserve has nothing to do with it. Grow the fuck up, you goddamn infant.
No. She committed suicide due to all the bullying and all the things spreading about her, the Facebook pages. And there's scum that are justifying her suicide, saying that she deserved. She, in the comments, on Reddit, the thread, she had it coming. She had it coming. You're going to show pictures of your boobs to a guy who you think loves you or cares for you, and you want to be validated by the guy, and then he takes advantage of you and screws you over, lies to you, makes you think that he's trustworthy, blackmails you, and you pieces of shit. I know I don't swear often in my videos,
and here's where we get to the part where it's the reason I made this entire video. You call these people scum, but let's just point out one obvious thing. Amanda Todd is dead. Nothing you say about her can possibly hurt her or benefit her. She's dead and gone. She has ceased to be. Now, life being for the living, let's look at the effect of these comments. Well, if there are any other people who are being bullied who are thinking about killing themselves, if they're familiar with this story and they see these people making these comments, they might think to themselves, shit, if I kill myself, they're just going to be bad-mouthing me even more. God damn it. Now I'm going to tell you something. The reason that I would never kill myself is actually pretty simple. Like, people can always find reasons to live, like, oh, my friends, my family, the things I enjoy. But all of those things, when you're really depressed, they pale. But there's one thing, one constant, that will sustain you like mother's milk, and that is spite. I think of all of the people who have tried to kill me over the years. Most of them are dead, but some of them are not. And they would gladly piss on my grave. And I will not kill myself until each and every one of them is dead. Because if anybody's going to be pissing on anybody's grave, it's going to be me on theirs. Spite. Now, if you're a teenager, and you're thinking about killing yourself, just think this through. If you know that once you're dead, you will be getting tons of sympathy, and all of the people who bullied you will be getting nothing but rebuke, you'll think, well, geez, I have nothing to live for, and when I die, it will enact revenge upon those very people that are tormenting me. I mean, why wouldn't you kill yourself? I mean, you call these people scum, but what they're doing essentially is saving lives because they are disincentivizing killing oneself. Where you, MrRepzion, you're just trying to get on your moral high horse as usual, even though the person they're talking about can't possibly be hurt by their words, and the net effect of their words could only be a benefit to other people in the same situation, i.e. by making them not kill themselves. I'm sorry, I'm rambling too. I haven't had my coffee because, like, I've been sick and my stomach is all hurty.
I hate hearing myself swear, but that's really what you are. You are worthless scum to think that her suicide was justified because she made that mistake.
Well, while we're saying, emotional stuff, man, I want to punch you in the face. You're such a high and mighty bitch.
No one deserves, no matter what mistake they go through, no one deserves to go through being bullied and humiliated because of that mistake. Especially being told that they deserve it. They had it coming. I can't even understand you people who actually think that.
Whether or not they think it, imagine if we could magically go back in time to Amanda Todd right before she killed herself, bring her into the future so that she could look at those comments like, what? What? I'm not going to give those motherfuckers the satisfaction. I will live until the end of time. I mean, that's what I figure her response would be. So, I mean, those people would have saved her life. I'm just going to throw that out there.
You have no concept of depression or bullying. In fact, I would accuse you of being a bully yourself if you think that she had it coming. Comprehend how people can say things like that. Are we such a messed up society? No, we are a messed up society. But you know what thing that just ticks me off even more about this story? Is that bullying is getting all of the attention. We shouldn't bully. We shouldn't bully. I agree. But nothing is stressed. Nothing is focused on about reaching out to the people who are being bullied.
Yeah, it just goes on with this, him being a total judgmental bitch for the rest of this video. But he did make a good point here. Instead of focusing on Amanda Todd, why don't we give a nice pat on the back to all the people who are being bullied who don't kill themselves? I mean, there are lots of kids being bullied who never kill themselves, so I mean, we should give them a pat on the back, right? I mean, like, good job not killing yourself. Anyway, have a nice day.